can you strike off a company's house with a bounce back loan? In theory, possible. In practice, unlikely to happen. What's likely to happen is, whether it's the government or the lender, they're likely to object. That will put the process on hold for a period of, say, 6 months. And then the likelihood is that objection will be renewed. And effectively, all during that period, the obligations to file accounts, confirmation statement, corporation tax returns continues. The director still has the simple statutory obligation. Now, the other problem, of course, is if you try and file a DSO1 form to strike it off, you have to comply with the strict requirements. And if you don't, it's potentially a criminal offence if you don't strictly comply. And this is clearly not going to do a director any good if they fail to strike the company off, and ultimately they then have to account for the fact that they've attempted to strike the company off when they shouldn't have done. Ultimately, potentially, for most companies that have ceased trading, got a bounce back loan, and the director wants to essentially dispose of the problem of the company, can't repay the bounce back loan, so on. Voluntary liquidation is usually, well, if not the most appropriate, it's usually one of the most appropriate mechanisms as a way to dealing with company orderly closure. If you go down the road of voluntary liquidation, creditors' voluntary liquidation, I'm thinking of particularly because you're dealing with an insolvent company, it effectively can't be stopped as such, and it won't be stopped in almost all cases. The only thing that can happen instead is that one of the creditors could instead petition for the company to be wound up through the court system, but it would still go into liquidation. It just would be compulsory liquidation rather than voluntary liquidation. Questions, queries, concerns, give us a shout. Widow Insolvency Inside Out.